look at the Cleaver Brothers, and normally I'd show you all the new things we have this year. There's a good reason I'm not doing that. But if I find something new, I'll show you. This is new. I apparently ate so many of Rufus's fingers that he had to get a hand transplant. Apparently there were some extra alien parts left over from Alien Outpost. So now Rufus has like alien hands. In case you're wondering, our gypsy lady is gone. I do miss her. I think she ran off with my ex-wife. But of course, the old ball and chain likes to come back each Halloween season just to laugh at me. Yeah, I see you back there. Fortunately, I work on the other side of the carnival, where I don't have to put up with her constant nagging. So here's a funny story. One day, our barker from this end got together with the magician guy, and the magician guy was like, I know I can make shoes reappear. And this guy bet on it. He made these shoes disappear, and then we didn't get them back. So now he doesn't have any shoes either. I thought that was a funny story, but now that I've told it to you, I think it's like more tragic. In my spare time, I like to battle the gyms. That's a Pokemon thing. I beat this one. So I own the Ferris wheel again. Yay, Chucky! I am king of the Ferris wheels. Okay, so this is a designated smoking area. And that's where you smoke. This is a designated photo area. And that's where you should take your photos. I don't know if there's like nothing you want to photograph here, how that works, but I don't make the rules. I just noticed them. A good way to tell if they're having trouble enforcing the rules is if they put superlatives in front of them. Like, for example, let's say you wanted nobody to bump, so you had a rule that said no bumping, but people kept bumping. And then you might put a word in front of it like, absolutely no bumping. Like we meant it. We were serious. We don't want you bumping a little bit. Not at all. Absolutely not. This ride is currently closed. Of course, we're not open, so it makes sense that it's closed. It's also currently closed most of the time that I'm here when the park's open. Sometimes because it's too windy for the wind seeker. Sometimes it's raining. Sometimes they're just like kind of tired of running it. I don't know. When it's open, you should ride it. It's fun, there's music, you spin around. I wish we had a no bumping rule out on 95. It would save a lot of scratches on the cars. I wonder what it's like to be an old heart monster who used to be part of the greatest show on Earth, like Resurrection, but it was now relegated to scaring people if they look at the waterfall. I kind of feel bad for old, skeleton head. I'm hoping I don't end up here because running water makes me need to go to the bathroom. This is what Resurrection looks like from behind. I won't really say it's like a behind-the-scenes look of Resurrection because, frankly, any guest who wants to could be standing right where I am. And I wish you were, because then I would scare you. Although you'd also probably get picked up by security because we're not actually open. If I were in charge of Resurrection, I would only put a small force of monsters in that area, pretending to be the entire troop. I would then put a contingent of monsters back here, behind the crowds, hiding, where they didn't know. And when they said it was time for us to come get you, all these monsters would jump up and scream and run into the crowd from behind. They don't usually take my advice. I think it's because I don't know what I'm talking about. Apparently, if I had a robot, I would have my android pay for my drinks. mechanical monster as a buddy, he would probably be unemployed. It would expect me to pick up the tab for his oil and other accoutrements of roboticism. Because I can't imagine me getting an android that actually worked for a living. This new Blood on the Bayou thing is really popular. So you might come back here and you'll see a really long line. On the other hand, there's not always a long line once you go through the building. I think that's because I think they like call out some of the victims in the building. You know, call out means we like take you away and use you for other things. So maybe there'd be like 1,000 people in the line here, but once you go through the building, there'll only be like 500. I don't know what the actual numbers are of the culling. It's not my position. But anyway, if you're lucky enough to make it through the little building there to the other side, you will really enjoy this. Except for the dead alligators. They're just really sad.